So when I first came to Georgetown, Georgetowners just loved to dance. You could just any old time say, let's go dancing. And you'd go to Nathan's or the Third Edition, and you could boogie all you wanted to. And that's a time-honored tradition, dancing in Georgetown. It goes all the way back to the beginning of the town. But whenever talking about dancing in Georgetown, you have to talk about the Georgetown Assembly, which has reached all the way back to the early 1800s and weaves itself through the society of Georgetown, all the way up, maybe till today. So back then, it was kind of an informal group, and they had dances at the Union Tavern, which is over there by 30th and M, or over here at the Old Columbia Bank, which was built in 1793, which was on the corner of 31st and Bridge Street at that time. Behind me, Citibank, and a lot of us remember as the Gap, is actually Forrest Hall, which was built in 1851. And this is around the time when the Georgetown Assembly began to kind of coalesce into a more structured social force, mostly filled with Southern sympathizers, and this is where they would hold their dances. Now, during the Civil War, it was also a prison, and I've always thought it was the ultimate irony and strange thing that these Southern sympathizers would have these balls here. Then fast forward a few years, and their cousins and their sons are jailed here. And then to put a cherry on the top, after the Civil War, Mark Twain came and gave a speech here. So in the 1870s, things moved around a little bit, and the center of social activity came here, Linthicum Hall. Hard to say. The auditorium was big and supposedly had a little bit of a spring, which was good for dancing, and it was right next to Christ Church. Now, this pretty much came to an end in the early 50s when Christ Church purchased the building and attached it. And actually, a couple of weeks ago, they finished a giant renovation which was partly underwritten by Boyden Gray, and now the big auditorium is the Boyden Gray Auditorium. And I'm pretty sure that it can be rented out. I called the church and asked them, but they didn't comment on that part.